All right, everyone, welcome again to the award-winning, imitated, never duplicated Team-Stirr show, aka Borges in the Bunker, aka Stewart Talk. God bless you all. Welcome again to another episode. So today is July the 29th. And man, what a week. What a week, what a week, what a week. Before I get started, let me make sure I let you guys know this is going to be a long video. So I want to go through our supplements. It's about 15 pages, and I want to, get through that. And then later on, and we got until the 22nd of August to vote. So as we continue to look at this stuff, I'll try to every week try to do one video to touch the pros and cons on what's going on. Before we get started, let me just go through the particulars, and then we'll get on with the show. The facts and dates presented in this video are from the members' best recollection and may not be fully accurate. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Always consult with your local union about your rights and duties at your workplace. The opinions shared on this video are my own, Daniel Borges, and do not necessarily represent my employer's positions, strategies, or opinions. All views shared are protected under the National Labor Relations Act. Okay, again, God bless you guys. God bless America. God bless the working man. Before I get started, we all need to, give a prayer to Yellow. Yellow does not look like it's going well. And listen, while we all are going to have our views and opinions of this contract, what we are is definitely blessed by God to have the jobs that we have, make the money that we make. But what we do not have, what we are not, is definitely in the position that Yellow is in. I know there was a viral video that went about a guy 30 years and he's going to get nothing. He's about to get nothing. And man, I just, it's like the trucking company version of Enron. But basically our thoughts and prayers got to be out to them, and may God provide for them, because they really need a miracle right now. It's really bad. So one thing I want to do, as I quote the great Mace Mbekta, Murder Mace, also known as Murder Mace from Bad Boy Records. He said that he wants to be transparent and give the truth. That's it. So for me, this is what I'm going to do here. I want to be transparent. I'll try to give as less opinion as possible and just go off of what we're going to read. We're going to read the 15 pages. Not everything that pertains to me. I'm not an expert, but unfortunately, this is all we got. This is all we can do, because should we be having a union meeting? We absolutely should. Is there one on the way? I don't know. As far as I can tell, no. I don't see it. But we should be having a union meeting where we can go to the meeting and ask every question that we need to ask. But is there one? No. Do I know one coming in the future? I don't know. I can't tell you that. But this is what we got. But one thing we do have is we have the golf outing. Thank God for that. That was already booked, paid for, and listen, at least we could go play golf, right? Yeah, okay. But we really needed to have a back and forth and talk with our leaders. But that's not happening right now. So as I have questions, I'll call one of them up. Hopefully they get back. If they don't, they don't. But I try to be as transparent as possible and explain as much as I can. So one thing definitely, is there a perfect contract? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do I think whether we got $15 or $20 an hour, people would still complain? Absolutely. Absolutely. All I know is O'Brien started from a place where he had to undo everything Hoffa did, and that was a challenge in itself. And I can't judge him on that contract. Besides, he did what he possibly could. I can't be critical of him because he had to undo all the concessions that Hoffa did, and it was a problem. So here we are. We're about to. This is a historic time. This really is. And the one thing I wish they would do is stop setting the bar so high, because they say this is the greatest contract ever. Ba 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 ba. And you see, and then when we do look at it, what's so great about it? And stop setting the bar so high. Just give us the facts. Don't sell it to us. Give us the facts. Give us the truth, the facts, and let us determine whether this is the greatest or not the greatest. I haven't seen everything. I eventually am going to. I just looked through our supplements. Like I said, it was 15 pages. I went through it real quick. You can also watch on video Greg Kerwood. He put a 2-hour video going through the master. It's on the Roswell Hub. I'll put the links to it at the bottom of the video. Go watch that. But all types of information that we can get to try to get through this together, it's gonna, we're gonna do our best. But should the hall be really having a meeting so we could do this? Yes, they should. But like I said, it's not happening. So one of the things I want to discuss, I'm gonna give one of the perfect examples. So there are 15 pages in the local supplement. Let's just go to page 8 real quick. We're going to go in order, but I wanted to give you a quick view of where I'm coming from. So page 8, article 58, the sick leave. Okay, our sick days. It got changed from May 1st to now January 1st. So January 1st, 2024, we're going to get our bank. We'll get it 5 months early. And we went down from, it went from 6 sick days to 7. From 6 to 7. And some people will turn around and say, that's great. Hold on 1 minute. We used to get 9 hours. Now it's going down to 8. And so I can always remember, since I started here, I remember when the sick days were at 8 hours. There was a point in time where it was. I can't remember what year. But we went from 8 to 9. I remember since 1992, 1996, since then, I just remember ever getting an anniversary day and 1 sick day. And also going from 8 to 9 hours. That's what I remember in my over 30-year career here. So now, here we are. We're going from 9 to 8 backwards, but they want to call it a sick day. I'm going to give you the 3 versions of how I see this and what I've been told. So one version is coming from a person. I was speaking to one of my brothers, and he asked one of the people who was on a negotiation committee. And he asked them, what is the deal with these sick days? Why are we going from 9 to 8? And why are we, what's the deal with it? So he says that he was looking at it wrong. And that the way they look at it, from the people who negotiated it, we got an extra sick day plus 2 hours. And I'm trying to figure out, as he's explaining this to me, that's what he told you. It's like, yeah, we got an extra day plus 2 hours. And if anyone can do the math, it's real simple. Real simple. My version, the way that I see it. They took an hour from each of our sick days, which is the 6. You combine that, it is now 6 hours. All the company gave was 2 hours. That's it. That's all the company sacrificed. They gave 2 hours. So, and in hindsight, we created a sick day out of our hours. Had you told me that we're going to keep the 6 sick days, our 9 hours, and here, we're going to give you another one, but we're going to make it 8. Okay, I can live with that. It is what it is. But to go and call this a sick day when it's just a company giving us 2 hours is, I mean, come on. You kidding me? I don't call this a sick day. This ain't a sick day. My buddy, my brother who I was talking to about it, he had another view. He was like, listen, we bought our sick day. We took an hour from each of those days, which makes 6. Now, the company gives 2 hours, and we created a sick day. We bought it. That's his way of looking at it. Okay? Here it is when if you do the math, when we do our bank, if you look on your paycheck, so if you had 6 times 9, that equal 54. You would have 54 hours in your bank, and they would take out 9 hours for each day that you use. So guess what? Now it's going to be 2 hours more, 56. Because now it's broken up to 7 days, and now we got less hours. And that's the way the sick day was created. I don't call it a sick day. I just see this as what it is. The company gave us 2 hours, and we created a sick day. I mean, it is what it is. And call it what you want. Is it a concession? Is it a compromise? I know what it ain't. It ain't a sick day. I mean, it may look like one, but at the end of the day, this is what it is. We created a sick day. We gave back an hour, and this is what it is. So you guys make your opinion. And these are the things that we need to look at and compare to our contract. They're going to say and sell it one way. Dude, just read. Just read. But we'll come back to that later. Another thing that I want to discuss is, listen, we got $2. We got a $7 raise. I forget the amount, the total. I think it's $7.50. We got a total raise of $7.50, and throughout the life of the contract, 5 years, the first initial raise is $2.75. But for our local, because in 2013 we went, and when the market crashed, the pension was in bad shape, we went and we gave 30 cents of that contract year until the contract ended. It equaled $1.50. We were giving that to also raise the pension of that year. It went up to $402, and now we're getting that back. So since 2013, we've been making less than the other locals, but we were doing it for whatever reason. I'm not going to play Monday morning quarterback on that. What was done was needed to be done. It was done. Listen, a lot of those guys retired that year, and, they deserve to go out with something. So we helped them, and we helped the pension. Our raise that we had earlier this year, again, that's not from the company. That's from us. From the money we've been giving. We've been funding our pension fund, giving extra. And this is what it is. The company, I don't see the company giving us, anything more than what was already there. We gave ourselves, we helped fund it, and we kept it from going in the red. We took it out of there, and now we're in the green. And, we're going to get that $1.50 back. So when we start August 1st, we should be going from $40 to $44.52. I'm not, just in case I might not be correct on the cents, we'll look at it. But we should be going straight to $44.52. Okay? So, listen, the $1.50 is not an accomplishment. That was our money. Okay? Let's make it very clear. That was our money. The $1.50, we're getting it back. That's great. And we're going to get the $2.75 also. I have no issues with the raise. I really don't. I don't have an issue with the raises. I'm glad we're getting our $1.50 back. And as far as the raise is concerned, I have no issue with it. Could it be more? Absolutely it could. But, this is what it is. This is what it is. Are the raises historic? Yeah, they are. They technically are. We were lucky to get the dollars when we were getting it. And, it was cents at one point in time. And now we're up to $2.75. The first one, I don't have an issue with it. I really don't. So, some people are going to. And that's their right. It is what it is. But another thing I want to go over before we start these pages is anyone who is going on multiple safety rides needs to let a shop steward know. Okay, and the shop steward will most likely file a grievance. And this is a problem. We got new language that is supposed to be a 24-hour notice. Nothing has ever changed about it being more than one ride. The ride is still only one per year. And there has to be 24-hour notice. And the fact that this is going on, this is also nonsense. Let a steward know. Let someone know. I know that it's going to an arbitration right now. That's going through the legal process. We got to let it go through the process it goes through. And that's basically it with that. Let a steward know. Hopefully they file a grievance, and we add to the case that's already being built. But let me get started on that page that I read the sick day. That was Article 58 and page. I'm sorry, that should have been page 8. Page 8. So now, real quick, let's go to page 2. We're at page 2. It breaks down the raises, $2.75 in 2023, then 75 cents in 2024, 2025 75 cents, 2026 is $1, and then it ends in 2027 with $2.25. 48 months, 5 years, and it ends in 2027. So the progression for all for starting employees, $21. This is this is for part-time employees. Part-time employees, $21. And then throughout the contract, you go to $21.50, $22, $22.50, and then it ends at $23. At the end of the 5 years, it's $23. So supervisors working. They added a new clause in there. Section 7. The company and the shop steward shall meet daily to review all alleged supervisor working violations. The company shall notify shop steward and timely provide the names of any supervisor performing bargaining unit work. Management must investigate the alleged violation, and just a little more extra to strengthen that. I mean, that is what it is. Page 3. What do we see in page 3? Meal periods are the same for feeders. For package car, it kind of changed a little bit, where you might have to fill a form. You have to do it by January 5th. And it takes effective the 15th. So that's that. Feeder drivers, we still have to take 1 hour meal between 3rd and 5th hour. Any issues, let a shop steward know. So page 4. What do we have here? Page 4. There was 8 hours current. Okay, that's for training. That's for training people training when they first come in. That isn't anything I could really speak on. Page 5. We'll go to page 5 real quick. Hub seniority. We're also going to have, I guess, they put the Bayonne building in here. There will be a separate seniority list in each of the following hubs: Bayonne, Cranberry, Edison, Meadowlands, Secaucus, Parsippany, Saddlebrook. And with those seniority lists, there needs to be dates. That needs to be taken care of. We have, of course, Saddlebrook, Parsippany, no dates. Names, but no dates. We need dates. That needs to be taken care of. So, another thing is, okay, this deals with, on page 5, we're dealing with the bumping process. It has now moved from 5 displacements to 10, and it's now giving a person a 2-hour window to pick a job. Now, the only issue I had with that This is still in Article 45, Section 3. The only issue that I had with that was that the 2-hour window. Okay? That means that the shop steward needs to have all the information available, and he needs to be in the building acquiescing to what the driver needs. Because the 2-hour window is kind of kind of a, in a sense, it's kind of a problem. What if you're on the road? What if you're on vacation? What if you're sleeping? I mean, the basic part of this is to keep people who on purpose want to hold it up for whatever reason or gripe that they have, and it's to avoid that from happening. But there is going to be reasonable actions made to make sure that it's fair. We're not looking to, it's not looking to screw anybody over, but we have to be careful with the 2-hour, and we can't let people abuse it. So that was page 5. Page 6, section C, transferring. It went from 35 to a 20-day if you decide to change your mind. I think that's what that is. What else do we have? Report pay, just in case. If we ever, let's just say there's a storm or whatever, we ever show up to a building, a snowstorm, and nobody is there. If you don't punch in and the gates are closed and the door, and you report it and nobody notified you, report pay is 4 hours. But if you punch in and they send you home or nobody is there, whatever the case may be, they have to pay you 8 hours because you punched in. So what changed in that? Electronic proof of contact. So the company has to prove that they contacted the person to not pay them. So they got to have a little more proof. That was page 6. Page 7. Let me see. Where are we at? Martin Luther King Day. Okay. We received Martin Luther King Day. Also, Article 57, the holidays. We received Martin Luther King Day as a holiday. And now, beginning August 1st, 2023, any full-time employee with 3 years or less seniority must work the day prior or the day after said holiday. All part-time employees with less than 3 years seniority must work the day prior and the day after said holiday. All part-time employees with more than 3 years seniority must work the day prior or day after said holiday. So now, here goes kind of another issue that I have. Now you need to have 3 years, and you got to work the day of, the day prior, or the day after to get such holiday paid. That's something that was never there. Now it's there. Let me see. Full-time employee hired after August 1st, 2023, who have attained 3 years seniority shall be entitled to 1 year to one option holiday. Another thing, now you need to get, I'm assuming that's the anniversary day. I got to ask a question about that. I got to see if, make sure that that's it. Now you need 3 years to attain that, which is, you call it what you want. Concession, compromise, that's up to you guys. You guys decide. Page, we're going through this actually pretty quickly. That was page 7. We're now up to, page 8. Real quick, we'll go back to page 8. Full-time hired after August 1st, 2023 will have attained 1 year seniority, will be entitled to a double time holiday, which is the election day that we have floating around. That's another question I need to ask. Is the MLK Day a floating holiday? I don't know. I hope it's not, but we have to find that out. Let me see. Full-time employees hired on or before July 31st, 2023 will be entitled to a double time holiday up to upon retaining seniority. Full-time employees hired after August 1st, 2023, who have attained 1 year seniority, will be entitled to a double time holiday on January of each year. So now it seems like you need to have 1 year before you get your election day. That's what we call it. That's what I know it as. And the same thing with the part-time employees. Let me read that again. Full-time employees hired on before July 31st. Okay. So before the 31st, if you were hired before the 31st, you're good. You get your election day. Anytime after the August 1st, you need to have the 1 year. If I'm reading that correctly. Forgive me if I messed that up. Of course, we went over the sick leave, the sick days. We went from having 9 hours to now 8 hours. You take an hour away from each one. That gives you 6. Company gives us 2 hours. And that created a sick day. Call it what you want. Call it what you want, guys. I know what I'm not calling it. I ain't calling it a sick day. All I know is the company gave an extra 2 hours. Whoop-de-doo. So, Section 5 of that same article, the employer may request payment of any earned sick days at the rate of 8 hours, which it used to be 9. It's now 8. It is what it is. So it moved from May to May to now January 1st to December 31st. Of course, there was a problem with the company always trying to discipline people, okay, for attendance, and they were going beyond the year, and I guess this needed to be done, and so to avoid the nonsense. So that was page 8. Page 9. Where are we at? Death in the family, bereavement. It seems like it was added that we added brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Yes, brother-in-law and sister-in-law are now added. It looks like it was added. I wasn't really too sure about that. Article 69, I gotta question this because I need more information on it. Candidates who desire to put their names on a feeder qualified transfer list to enter feeder classification will be required to complete a pre-qualification process. You have to. I gotta see what that's about. So that's talking about vacancies. I gotta get more question on that. Candidates can only decline 3 times and are then subject to feeder school reimbursement. So if you go to feeders, if you come for package to feeders and you decline it 3 times, because people have done that, they've declined, gone back to package, and then you have up to 3 times to decline it, and then you have to pay for it. So you have to 3 times to decline, and then you have to pay it. So like I said, I gotta ask more questions about that. That I gotta look further into. But I'll call someone hopefully on Monday. So page 8 and 9 were done. We're now up to page 10, miscellaneous. What was I looking at? Miscellaneous. Okay, if layover, it went up from the layover. If you go, sometimes if we run out of hours, you needed to stay in a hotel. That's happened to me a couple of times. The money of reimbursement that you spend for food, it went up from, what was it? It was $10 to $15. Breakfast, was for breakfast, from $15 to $20 for lunch, and $25 for dinner, up from $20. So that's that. Those are the reimbursements. Let's go through that. And page 11, that was for the part-timers. Part-time holidays didn't change. And the last page, this last page here, what is this? Page 5. Why am I looking at this? Okay, so real quick, at the end of the pages, you're going to see the wage schedule. And it shows here from August 1st, 2023, it will be 44 $52 for tractor driver, and $44.42 for a package car driver. Guys, that is basically it. That is our supplements. And now, people have said, there's people out there saying we have huge concessions. My opinion, I don't see huge concessions. All these huge concessions that people are saying. If you see it, reach out to me, call me, text me, email me, stewardtalk2022@gmail.com. Show me what you're looking at. Do I see huge concessions? No, but do I see 1 or 2 or 3? Yes, I do. The sick day ain't a sick day. I don't care what you want to call it. That you got the company to give us an extra 2 hours. We created a sick day. Either we paid for it. You dress it up how you want to dress it up. But they want to call it a sick day, and the spirit of it, I don't see it. You took away from us an hour from each day to create 6 hours, and the company just gave. I mean, that is what it is. And like I said, I have a couple of things. Did we get huge gains? I don't see nothing crazy in there. I don't see any huge gains. But did we lose? Did we lose much? Did we give up much? I don't see the concessions. I don't see, besides the sick days and the way that got changed, I don't see huge concessions. But I just see the one that I have the issue, and as far as, it being great gains, I don't see that either. So it is what it is. Everyone, I'm not here to tell you how to vote. You vote how you feel you want to vote, and I'm just here sharing the information. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a union meeting. But until then, this is what it is. God bless you all. God bless America. God bless the working man. God bless you guys in yellow. I mean, everyone, please, prayers for them. And they need a miracle. They need a miracle. And listen, hopefully I'll be able to do another video by next week. So God bless you guys. Be safe. See you next week.